Hello, everybody. It's great to have you here. Welcome to Results Mastery Live and welcome to Results Mastery Podcast. Do you know what? I am live today on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, and also streaming live on iTunes and Amazon. How cool is that? I say it not to impress you, but just to impress upon you. You know, if you know a limited amount, shall we say. I'm by no means an expert on technology, as anybody who knows me will tell you. But, even I can set this up these days. It's easy to do. And what an opportunity. I'm benefiting in so many ways from this. YouTube, I'm on there, I'm live. I've got people listening right now. That's going to be on YouTube forever, and over time, loads of people are going to watch this recording of my live session. The same on Facebook. I've got people logging in now on Facebook, and that's great. LinkedIn, I've already got several people, and as they see me live talking away, people start and watch and so on. And then, as mentioned, on my podcast, which is actually just down there on my phone, I'm recording it as a podcast as well, which is going out on iTunes, Amazon Music, and also about 30 different radio stations that all link to the platform that I use, which is called Spreaker. Now, as I said, I'm saying that not to try to impress you. Isn't Steve amazing? I'm just trying to impress you on, technology. If you know and understand it, it's amazing. Getting a message out to, my podcast alone gets about 7,000 views or listens every time I do a podcast. So really ought to do more of those, I think. But anyway, never mind. I'm going to start doing them as part of my live mastery sessions that I'm doing now. But anyway, you didn't sign up to listen to that, but I thought it was of value to you, so I thought I'd mention it. What you did sign up to, or you did hope to listen to, is me talking about influence. And this talk today is based around this book, which, if you've not bought this book, go and buy it. I want to clarify, I'm not on commission. I'm not, I'm no way connected to Robert Cialdini. I am just an admirer, really. I've used it myself in my business. I recommend it to loads of people. Most of my clients have either got it or I've sent it to them, or, whatever. It is a great book for anybody who wants to become better at influencing. Now, I'm not just talking about sales and marketing, although that's primarily what I'm talking about. It could be anything, influencing my son to tidy his bedroom, influencing myself to get me to go out running tonight, and so on and so forth. So, really, really good tool. And despite it being a reasonably thick book, and again, full of lots of good advice, it boils down to 6 key things, which is what I wanted to talk to you about today. But I want you to think of them in terms of, right, how can I use that? Can I use that on my website? Maybe even, do I currently use that on my website? Because if you don't, but you did, you could improve the conversion rate of your website. The same with your email, the same with your social media, and so on and so forth. So you might want to grab a pen if you've not already got one. Or, if you're listening to the recording, you can always listen back and pick this up. But I've got 6 key elements to talk to you about. And the first one, in no particular order, by the way, this is not like a ranking list or anything like that, is something Cialdini calls social proof. And we all know, this is stuff that you know about anyway, we all know when other people want it, or other people have bought it, we're more likely to buy it. So you take something like Apple, they tell people that they're releasing their new iPhone, the latest one. And what happens is that shed loads of people go and buy it. And because, you and I see that there's a queue outside Apple for 3 days to to get the new iPhone, we think, oh, wow, it must be amazing. It must be fantastic. When we buy it, it's actually pretty much the same as the one I'd already got. Perhaps it's got a new camera and a better microphone and a bit better technology and stuff. But, you know, what Apple are really good at is creating that buzz, isn't it, around social proof. You know, it's like, you know, you take me and my business. If you said, do you have any testimonials, Steve? I'd say, yeah, absolutely. I've got close to 150 of them. Would you like me to send you my testimonial PDF, which is basically page after page after page of people saying nice things about me, and they're very kind in doing so. But the point is, again, where's yours? Have you got one? Have you not got one? Have you got loads of case studies? Because that's another way of getting social proof, isn't it? What about video testimonials? Have you got that? No, perhaps not. So, you know, having social proof, I think, is really, really important. And it's no use just having a PDF, is it? We want to get that all over LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, all over our website. We want to create blogs with testimonials in it, and so on and so forth. So, you know, there's a fantastic opportunity for you to look at each and every element of what you do and try to improve it from a social proof point of view. You know, I can walk into a meeting and say something like, you know, great to meet you, fantastic, thank you for your time. Just bear with me a second, if you would, please, and start to get some, maybe open my laptop or, you know, do something. And while I'm doing that, I'd say, just while I'm waiting, would you like to have a look at this? And I just hand over my PDF, which has got about 30 pages full of testimonials. Now, nobody's going to read them, but what they're going to do, they're going to just flick through them. You're going to go, oh, wow, oh, right. And they might stop and read the odd one. But all of a sudden, inside 2 minutes, well, probably less than that, inside a minute, I've established myself as an authority, as an expert, or at least you know, somebody who's very good at what they do because of all these testimonials that I've got. So there you go. That's social proof. The next one is reciprocation. I'm sure you've all heard of BNI, the Business Network Institute, I think it is. They have a motto that says, "Givers gain." And I do think it's true. That's why I give so much. You know, if you look at my YouTube channel, I've got over 600 videos on there, all providing advice and information and ideas and so on and so forth. Why do I do that? Because my firm belief is that if I help other people, they're more likely to come to me for help when they need it, because it's all about timing in marketing. Right now, you don't need a new website. In a month's time, you might need one. And you might remember that this guy, Steve Mills, when you were watching on his live session, said he did websites. So what are you going to do? Google it or go to someone who's built up a level of know, like, and trust, which is one of the next keys to influence. Liking. Cialdini said that people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. Now, if you know of Jordan Belfont, you may not really know the name, but you might do. And you'll almost certainly know of the film Wolf of Wall Street. The Wolf of Wall Street, Leonardo DiCaprio played Jordan Belfont. So he was actually the wolf at the time. Now, obviously, I don't condone what he did. Just want to be clear. And he's allegedly a reformed character, and he now does lots of sales training and so on. And if you look, where am I? Oh, no, it's there, right? You see that? The straight line sales system. And if you could just about make out that says Jordan Belfont, then that is true. I paid £2,000 for his sales training system. That he's done that since he's been a reformed character. I want to be clear. This is not about in conning people out of money and stuff like that, which he did go to jail for, by the way. It's a system that he's developed, and I use in my business, and part of that system, Jordan says that to influence people, you've got to get them. He calls it as quick as a sharp. You've got to be as sharp as a tack, and within just a few seconds, you've got to position yourself as an expert in your field. And do you know what? I think that's really true. But he goes on to say, you got to get people to know, like, and trust you, know, like, and trust your company, know, like, and trust your products and your services. And once you've done that, you got a 10 out of 10 for all those three. You know, where you're going to go? You're going to go to the company that you know, like, and trust. So that, I think, is again a really good tip. So how are you going to get your website to make people or help people to know, like, and trust you? Well, you know, tell people about yourself. So many websites are, you know, they're like nondescript. I've no clue who I'm dealing with. I don't know who the managing director is or the team who are behind it, you know, and, you know, that ain't great. You know, it's almost, and I see so many websites now that don't even have a telephone number on it. Precious few have an address on it. You know, why would you leave this stuff off? I just don't get it. All you're doing is making people more suspicious. You know, who is this person? What happens if I put my credit card in and I can't even phone them? Is this, you know, a bona fide company even? I can't even find their address. I don't know where they're based. You know, we've got to try and build trust. You know, you build trust of your products on a product page. You might be talking about things like, you know, utilizing social proof, for example. You might have, you know, testimonials in there, but you might also have things like guarantees. You know, if you don't like it, return it in 30 days. And it's guaranteed we'll refund your money. So things like that help to build liking, they help to build social proof, and certainly help to influence in terms of sales. The next one is commitment and consistency. This is, I was just talking with a lady called Gemma, who used to worked for me for years, working for a new company now. And I was talking to her about her website and stuff. And we were talking about brand awareness and brand integrity. You think, what does that mean? Well, another word for it is brand consistency. So that when you come to my website, you see my website, you have a look around it, and then you disappear off, check me out on LinkedIn, and then you perhaps even go over to YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or wherever. And it is clear that everything you've seen is from the same company because of consistency. Consistency in how the brand looks, consistency in terms of how we behave as a person. It just comes down to things like, you know, turning up when you say you're going to, doing the things that you say you'll do. And often, you know, we find, you know, that doesn't happen. You know, let me give you a perfect example. I, a little while ago, contacted Porsche, right, which you consider pretty top brand, yeah, you know, in the world, you know, Porsche. And I contacted the dealership in Portsmouth because I've got a little Boxster, and I needed some bit of work doing on it, and I needed a part. The total job was like £500-600, something like that. So not a small amount, but I'm sure for Porsche, only a drop in the ocean. And I phoned them, and they said the person's not available. They'd get back to me. 3 days later, they hadn't got back to me. Phoned them again. They weren't available again. And they said they'd get back to me. And I said, well, you said that 3 days ago. Oh, we'll make sure they do. Do you know what? I'm still waiting. I've still not heard from them. I then found myself a local Porsche even, or a local Porsche specialist who's helped me out and sorted me out. And I'm now taking all my business, all my, however much I spend on my car every year to him, probably for the next 10 years, to be honest. Now, you know, if there isn't a lesson there to be learned, you know, and this is Porsche. This is not some little crummy back street, you know, I'll not swear, but you understand where I'm coming from. You know, why, you know, they've like burnt their brand through lack of consistency. Let me give you one more quick example. When you think of the word McDonald's, we've all got a perception. We know it's not great. We know the food's not fantastic. We might like the golden arches and the brand of it, and you know, the fact that we can feed our kids for not a lot of money, and they love going there and playing on the swings, assuming that they've got an outdoor area and with the cranes if they haven't, you know, and yet we go there and we flock there in masses, absolute masses. I wonder what their turnover is. But certainly several billion, I'm sure, if you look worldwide, buying food that A, we know is not very good for us, B, you know, it's doesn't taste great, let's put it that way, and you know, the only thing you can say is it's reasonably cheap, although these days that's maybe an argument as well. But the point being, it's about the commitment, you know, and consistency. Another great example with McDonald's, you walk in there and you go, "Could I have a Big Mac, please?" They go, "Yeah, certainly. Is that a Big Mac meal?" And they go, "Oh, yeah, go on then. And would you like to go large?" And you go, "Oh, yeah, go on then." What have they just done? They've just employed a 16-year-old who's just upsold you, and you finished up buying twice as much as you originally came in to buy. That's called a system, a process. I wonder how much that makes McDonald's every day. I would suggest it's millions every day worldwide. And no matter where you go, you're going to get asked, would you like to go large? Is that a chicken royale meal or whatever it is you bought? And they try and sell you a bit more. So very, very clever and yet very simple system. Okay, so we got 2 to go. Authority. People respect authority. We've been taught to respect the person at the front when we went to school. The person stood up at the front. So if you're going to networking, work out how you can get to be stood up at the front. Another way could be write a book. You know, if I was a landscape gardener and you were interested in some help, and I came to you and I said, "Hi, my name's Steve Mills. I run my own landscape gardening company, and I'd love to give you a quote. Oh, and by the way, I've written a book on landscape gardening. If you'd like a copy, I'd like to give you a copy as a thank you." Now, what does that do? It introduces the law of reciprocation again, going back to that. It also positions me as an authority. You know, oh, wow, he's written a book on it. He must really know his stuff. And whilst I don't, in terms of landscape gardening anyway, you know, there's a great opportunity for you there. You know, if you're if you're an accountant, write a book about something, write reports about something, produce videos, get on LinkedIn Live or Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and do this stuff. To position you as a person of authority. That's why I'm doing it. I'm creating marketing collateral that hopefully positions me as a person who knows what I'm talking about. I've been doing it 28 years, so hopefully I do by now. And lastly, scarcity. You know, it's the old last biscuit in the tin. Everybody wants it. You know, when something's scarce, when it's going away, then you know, people want it, and they want it desperately often. So when you see these adverts that have, you know, limited numbers, only three places left on this seminar and things like that, and you know, price increase on Monday, or this offer's been reduced, been taken away on Friday, you know, it's no longer available, and so on and so forth. All these things sort of work. I'm never, depends what business you're in, I think, if you're selling cookies or something like that, something physical, I think they're more likely to work when you have genuinely only got three left. What you don't want to do is to make it up. If I said to you, yeah, come along to my seminar that I'm running in London, it's going to be a great day. And, just to let you know, we've only got 5 places left. And then you turn up and the room's half empty. That's not good. So we need to be honest in terms of our use of scarcity. And that's it. They're the 6 keys. I hope you can think about how you can use them. Maybe not all of them, but what are you doing right now under those 6 key areas within your marketing, within your sales, within how you're using them to persuade people, which is really the art that we need to be good at. And also, I'd say, what could you do? What are you doing now? What could you do, and how can you get there? If you want to know more from me, I hope you've enjoyed today, by the way. Thank you for staying with me. And if you want to know more from me, feel free to drop me a line. If you want to go and book a meeting, it's been scrolling across the bottom the whole time. Book a meeting with me. I promise no hard selling. All I can do is all I will do is try to get an understanding of your business, where you are in terms of marketing, what you'd like to try to achieve. And then at the end, I'll just tell you, look, if you need any help from me, this is what I think you could do. So that's it. Thank you ever so much for listening. Don't forget, I'll be doing this again on Monday through to Friday. And, get yourself signed up, and look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thank you very much for listening.